Restoration crews are working to reassemble a bomber plane at the Museum of Aviation.
They've been working on this plane for a few years now. 41 NBC's Amber Lake has more.
Restoration crews have been working on a B-17G Flying Fortress bomber in the Scott exhibit hangar that we have behind me. And after all of these years of it being torn apart, they are finally putting it back together. It's taken almost 4 years to reattach the forward section to the rear section of the B-17. This G-model bomber was used in World War II and arrived at the Museum of Aviation in August of 2015. Several months later, restoration staff and volunteers separated the forward section from the rear to make it easier to work on.
It's a G model, which means it's a World War II bomber, flew mostly in European theater. This particular model had a chin gun in addition to the other guns that were on other model aircraft. That was set up so that if fighters were coming in from the front, this chin gun would be used for defense for the nose area of the aircraft.
Many of the volunteers are veterans and use their knowledge from when they were in the Air Force and military to help rebuild this aircraft. Some of the volunteers have been with the B-17 during the whole process and tend to stay and help until it's finished. Everything in the plane now has been put in there while at the museum.
What we've been doing is we've been putting together the navigator bombardier section, which is the nose section of the airplane. We put in all the systems, the electrical systems, the oxygen systems, all of the electronics, the tables, the seating, the ammunition, everything that has to do with the navigator bombardier section. My wife and I have been doing for the last 2 years.
Crew members stated that they have to search hard for a lot of the parts that they need to restore the B-17 due to the fact that parts that old aren't made anymore. They've come a long way, but there's still much more to accomplish. And crew members say that it's still going to be years before the B-17 is fully restored. In Warner Robins, Amber Lake, 41 NBC News.
The museum has many retired veterans volunteering.
And the restoration process is a 7-day-a-week process.